What's up, everybody? It's Joe Paz from 8-Bit Wave. We're here for another episode of Sibelius Sessions. Finally starting some banjo, much awaited. A lot of people have been suggesting this one, so we're just gonna hop straight into banjo. I think we're gonna start with the main title theme. That's kind of what we've been discussing here. I think it's gonna kind of go that way. Let me toss this up here, so that way people can see what I'm doing. In fact, actually, I'll do it here. May have not shown this process or not, but in case it is ever a concern, this is how we set up our scores. I use the standard Opus. Instruments can mostly type in whatever you need, and it should be fine. In our case, I think this is definitely going to have Piccolo, actually. We're going to start with Piccolo for Luciano. Jackie's going to most likely be on B-flat clarinet. I don't think anything is going to be that crazy of a key for her to have to be on A clarinet. But those of you that do know, there's a difference between clarinet and A and B-flat. They're different keys, and it just makes things a little bit easier for certain keys for clarinet. I'm definitely expecting to be on tenor saxophone for this one. Nicole should most likely be on French horn. I don't think that we're good, because especially there's a lot of trombone stuff that she'll kind of need to probably take over. Piano is piano. I do think we're going to start with the acoustic bass. Actually, no, the first one. Are they using acoustic? They're using tuba. But I think pizzicato works better. So definitely we're doing pizzicato on the... Oh, you know what? Here's what will probably be the right thing to do. What are they doing in Spiral Mountain? Because that way I don't have to change instruments. It definitely sounds like it would work better with the arco for here. Arco meaning the bow on the acoustic bass. So let's do acoustic bass over here. And there's our 7 musicians. So let's go ahead and continue here. We go boom, C major. Title. Banjo-Kazooie Medley. Composer, Grant Kirkhope. Shoutouts to Grant Kirkhope. Will you main banjo in Smash? I like banjo a lot in Smash, actually. I definitely think he's got some BS with him, but which is why people probably don't like him all the time. I feel like he's got some good grabs. Obviously, he's got some early kills. His forward air is pretty solid. He's got good stuff. Oh, he made a tier list? Again, still have not played Gogeta nor Baby. Let's figure out what that harmony is. It's probably just like a third of some sort. Baby is so hard to mix with. I mean, I definitely think he's a strong character. He has a lot of stuff that benefits him. You know, obviously he's got the loops, he's got the stuff. I mean, again, tier lists don't necessarily take into... What was I doing? Trying to write music. No, let me not do that. Send to Avid. Fix that crap. What the hell? I've never had Sibelius crash on me like that. Yeah, like the way that they used to record the voices was like terrible. I mean, it's like the technology at the time wasn't great. That's why you got all those stupid like in like Star Fox and stuff like that. And I believe they did it to save on space. Oh my god. I haven't heard that in a while. Tuxedo mask! La smoking bomber! I don't remember if he actually does kind of like have that inflection or not. I'm pretty sure he does. He's like, La smoking bomber! Like... What I could do is maybe have Nicole do that and then do Jackie up there. It's easier for French horn to go lower than it is for a saxophone to go lower. Not that the saxophone can't play that low, just easier for one than the other. They're both fine registers for both instruments, but I would just prefer to stack it that way. Or Nicole's on the bottom, which is actually, I didn't mention it. That's the reason why I do like putting it in this order specifically. I tend to put my scores, and most scores end up being this way, is from high instruments to lower instruments. Piano obviously being a weird thing, bass being obviously the lowest, which is why I keep it on the bottom, and then drums I keep separately because although some people like having it in the middle, that's fine. I like having it down here because it's just easy to see, and that's very standard for like jazz score writing. You'll usually see the drum set on the bottom and then all of the horns up top. So that's the reason why I structure my score this way. The smoking bomber is honestly kind of funny, so it's like I think it's fine. I think the love chain is the worst one, for sure. I don't mind the bubble spray. It's freaking fine. Bubble spray is fine. Let's do some quick research. So I, over the years, have been picking up a bunch of random instruments. I wouldn't say random instruments. They're percussion instruments. It's just they're not as common. The castanets, I don't think will have the right sound. The claves might be too high pitched. This actually might be the one. I'll do it on claves. Because I was thinking whether it would be better to do on claves or whether it would be better to do on the drum set on like the side of the shell. Oh, actually, shout outs to David's drum set. He was in here recording not too long ago. There we go. And then that should just be a snare drum roll. Oh, crap. Yuh-Hah! Even though it doesn't actually happen on this beat, I'm going to put the crash symbol here because it's going to be impossible for David to do a crash and then a snare drum roll at the same time. He only has two hands. So if he's using both of his hands to do that, he's not going to go... Like, it's not going to sound good. He can't do a cymbal with his feet. He's using the bass pedal with his feet. The bass drum with his feet already. And the hi-hat, obviously, for that matter. I could technically put it on the hi-hat, but it just wouldn't sound the same as a crash. I could maybe do with the hi-hat. You know what? There we go. So ironically, good idea, the gold. I don't think that's what you meant, but it actually kind of would work out. If that is what you meant, then that's like Galaxy Brain play. So good stuff. Oh, interesting. Good stuff. I dig it. I mean, it's definitely happier. Not what I expected, but it's nice. The chord that he's actually doing there, so what you would expect, there would be a 5 chord, which is what I said earlier. You know, something like this. Sorry. Something going 5 to 1. But what he actually is doing there instead is, that's your standard 5/7 going to 1. He's doing G, F, B, D, going to 1. Instead, what he does is actually, instead of B and D, he uses A and C. So what that creates is like it's a sus chord. It's a suspended chord. So it's a G7 sus. Because the reason why we call it suspended is because it doesn't actually have a third. So it kind of has this suspension. It's like a very like Bach thing that, but that's that. like box sort of thing, but he's doing it without having resolve that way. So it's less aggressive. That's all it really kind of turns out to. That is a lot less aggressive than. It's mostly these two notes that add that aggression. The F and the B, the tritone. So then less aggressive. And that's with all the extensions. He just does this, though. Good stuff, Grant Kirkhope. She would be resolving down to the E. As per voice leading rules, which would be a B for her. You want to have the voices relatively move the least amount as possible. It just allows them to be a little bit closer, and it allows people not have to do crazy leaps. It's just good voice leading. You'll hear that. If you listen to the French horn. Down to the major third. Boom, boom, boom. So then here, we're going to have that A. Actually, which would be a B for saxophone. And then the C, which would be a D for clarinet. Not up there, though. Down an octave, and this is gone. So there we go. And then that D is actually going to be the same note that we're going to resolve to for the clarinet. That A should come down to, and I'm talking concert pitch here, that A should come down to a G. So G concert here is an A for saxophone. And so now this should resolve nicely. There it is. He's also on brushes in particular, so that's kind of interesting. I'm actually not sure. So the reason why I'm actually like kind of iffy on this is the fact that if he's here doing the snare drum roll on sticks, it's going to be difficult for him to be on brushes on like the next measure. He could be on sticks, then just do like grab the brushes and then have one stick and one brush. That's possible. And so now we can actually start the groove when he can grab his brushes. Oops, all of these should have staccato. Boom! I think what's going to happen is, for sure, the horns are going to need to continue. So, give them a quick second, and then we'll start here. So Nicole's going to be on the bottom. What's the low voice there? Actually, this is ironic because this is literally what French horns do 90% of the time. This is like the most French horn thing I've probably written right now. Dude, it's actually coming together. And I think I will actually have Jackie do that same thing up an octave. The All right, I think that's going to more or less wrap it up for this episode of Sibelius Sessions. Let me, actually, I'm dumb. I should be doing that here. All right, I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Sibelius Sessions. Thanks to everybody that's joined along. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be part of the live chat and be a part of all the shenanigans that we do here on Sibelius Sessions, we do this, and we'll be regularly doing it more often. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 to 4. On our YouTube channel. Obviously, if you're here, you know where the YouTube channel is. So stay tuned for more banjo. We got some other stuff that's going to be going along. And thanks to everybody that's always been supporting us and helping the channel grow. We love to see all that stuff. So once again, thank you all for being awesome. And Joe Paz signing out from another episode of Sibelius Sessions. Take care.